Yes, students, now I am going to tell some more about this Cartesian system. As you can observe from here, that axis divide the plane into four parts. First part, second part, third part and fourth part. These four parts are known as quadrants and numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 anti-clockwise from positive side of axis. We have to take anti-clockwise from positive side of x-axis. So this is first, second, third and this is fourth. And this is a procedure that you have to take always anti-clockwise. You cannot take it as first quadrant, this as second, third and fourth, because we can start from any side, but you have to take always anti-clockwise from the OX, that means positive direction of x-axis. This is known as quadrant first, quadrant second, quadrant third and this is quadrant fourth. Quadrant. What is the meaning of quadrant? Meaning of quadrant is 1/4 part. That means whole part, we have one whole part, its 1/4 is known as a quadrant. This is a plane and this is divided into four parts now because of these x-axis and y-axis. That's why these all four are known as a quadrant. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and this one is a fourth quadrant. So now we call this plane as the Cartesian plane or coordinate plane or xy plane. So which names we can give to this plane? Cartesian plane, coordinate plane or xy plane. We can give it name as Cartesian plane, coordinate plane and xy plane. And these axes are known as coordinate axis. Individually they are known as x-axis, y-axis. But when we combine these both axes, x-axis and y-axis together, known as coordinate axis. Okay, now how to tell convention of sign in each quadrant. As if we want to locate any point in this quadrant, suppose I want to locate this point in this plane. So what will be coordinates of this point? From x-axis we are covering 2 unit distance and from y-axis we are covering 1 unit distance. So what will be coordinate of this point? That will be 2, 1. In coordinates, firstly we write always x coordinate and secondly we write always a y coordinate. Firstly x coordinate, then y coordinate, because from origin we are covering 2 unit distance to the x-axis. That's why x coordinate is 2. And from origin to the y-axis we are covering 1 unit distance. That's why y coordinate is 1. So suppose if it is point P, then what are the coordinates of P point? That is 2, 1. 2 is x coordinate and 1 is a y coordinate. Okay, so we can see 2 and 1 both are positive in this quadrant. Now in second quadrant, if we want to locate position of this point, what are the coordinate of this point? Suppose this is Q point. Now from origin to x-axis, negative direction of x-axis, we are covering 2 unit distance. Will not say that minus 2 unit distance, because distance we always measure positive. So we are covering 2 unit distance in the negative direction of x-axis. We can say in this way. We are covering 2 unit distance in the negative direction of x-axis, but we will write it as -2. and from origin to y-axis we are covering 1 unit distance, and this is positive, so coordinates of this point will be -2, 1. Okay, now in this quadrant, what were the sign of coordinates? That is a positive, 2 is positive and 1 is also positive. So it means what is the convention of sign in this quadrant? Plus plus, both x coordinate and y coordinate are positive. In second quadrant, we are getting x coordinate negative because here we have negative direction of x-axis, and if you will locate any point here, then you will get a negative sign of these points. So sign of x coordinate is negative and sign of y coordinate is positive. So this is the convention of sign in second quadrant of any point. What are the convention of sign in second quadrant? That is a minus plus. What are the convention of sign in first quadrant? That is a plus plus. Now we move to third quadrant. In third quadrant, we can see negative points of x-axis, also negative points of y-axis. If we want to tell coordinates of this point, suppose this is R, then what will be coordinates of this point? From x-axis, we are covering 1 unit distance, negative 1 unit distance, and from origin to y-axis we are covering negative 2 unit distance. So what will be coordinates of this point? -1, -2. Okay, so this is -1, -2. This is the convention of sign in third quadrant, that is minus minus, because both x coordinate and y coordinate are negative in this quadrant. Similarly, you can check in this fourth quadrant. Here x value is positive and y value is negative. So what will be the convention of sign in this quadrant? So you can check from here. If we are taking from here, this is what will be the coordinates of this point S? From x-axis we are covering 3 unit distance, and from y-axis we are covering 5 unit distance, negative distance. So this is a positive value and this is a negative value. That means x coordinate is 3 and y coordinate is -5. Distance you have to always measure from the origin. From origin to x-axis we are covering 3 unit distance, and from origin to -5 we are covering 5 unit distance, but we will write this coordinate as -5. So what are the coordinates of S? 3, -5. So you can see what are the convention of sign in this quadrant. X is a positive and y is a negative. So what are the convention of sign in this quadrant? That is a plus minus. First of all, we write always x coordinate, that means distance measured from origin to the point on x-axis. Secondly, we write y coordinate, that is distance measured from origin to the point on y-axis. So in convention of sign, we will always write also firstly x coordinate sign and then y coordinate sign. Okay, so this is about quadrants. There are 4 quadrants: first, second, third, fourth. And quadrants we always take from the positive side of x-axis in anti-clockwise. First, second, third, fourth quadrant. Convention of sign in first quadrant is plus plus. Convention of sign in second quadrant is minus plus. Convention of sign in third quadrant is minus minus. And convention of sign in fourth quadrant is plus minus. Okay, so this is about quadrant. And one thing more, this is known as horizontal line is known as x-axis, vertical line is known as y-axis, intersection of x-axis and y-axis is O, that means origin, and these both axes are also known as coordinate axis. Okay, so today understand it and do given worksheet. Okay,